everyone, welcome back to the Airstream. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. So today I'm doing a very quick video. As you know, if you've been following along here, I've been looking into Luminar 3, Luminar with libraries, over like the past week and some change. And pretty interesting program. As I've said before, I really like the editing powers of Luminar. I like the fact that Luminar has a plugin to Lightroom, and Aurora HDR has a plugin to Lightroom as well. Those are all really big positives. And for me, Luminar with libraries, it's not quite there yet for me. So with that in mind, I wanted to give you a little warning of something that I discovered this week while I was testing out Luminar with libraries. So up on the screen right now, we see that I've got Luminar 3 open, and I've got my libraries module on the right hand side. And as you'll note, down here under folders, I've got a folder called 2018 iPhone Complete. That folder is actually one of my Lightroom libraries, okay? So you can connect Luminar 3 to your Lightroom libraries. Pretty cool. Now, one of the things that I've been seeing that people have been doing in their video tutorials is they've been saying, hey, if you want to relabel things and, make things your own, over in that library module, you can go down to your folders and you can rename your folders. Great idea. That sounds good because you could give descriptive names to your folders. Here's the problem. If you are a Lightroom user, and let's say you want to connect Luminar to the folders for your Lightroom libraries, all right? So you've got a bunch of folders, you got a bunch of images already over on Lightroom, you want to pull them over onto Luminar. That's cool. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. What's not cool is if you go over to your library module here on the right-hand side, and that folder that you pulled over from Lightroom, you decide, I want to give it a different name. If you give that folder a different name, Lightroom won't be able to find it. And so the next time you open Lightroom, you're going to find all of those little exclamation points, the little cautionary symbols telling you, hey, I can't find your photos. Now, Lightroom is a photo management platform and editing platform. So Lightroom wants to manage your folders for you, because normally in Lightroom with a really well-rounded workflow, you're probably never going to look into folders again because you've got all these search options, and you can create smart collections that automatically do things for you, and collections, and there's so many ways to search and sort. So messing around with your folders is kind of redundant. It's not necessary because you've got so many more features to find your images. So normally I don't mess around with my Lightroom folders at all. But since I've seen so many videos this week from other people experimenting with Lightroom 3, talking about, hey, I can rename that folder, that's awesome. That's fine. If you're creating new folders, that's fine. If you are pulling from Lightroom today, you do not want to rename those folders at all. So I'm going to go up here. Let's go right on up here, and I'm going to add a folder. So this is the really cool, slick way to get a new folder in from Luminar, and it does work. And I'm selecting my drive, all image galleries. I'm going to my Lightroom libraries. I'm going to go to my Udemy drone photography class that I did, and then I'm going into that folder. And so there we go, Udemy drone photography. And there is my 2018 folder for that. So that's the Udemy Drone Photography 2018. I can add that folder right now. So here we go. It is now doing an import. And let's see, 120 photos so far, updating the image gallery. Now, if you look over here on the right-hand side at the libraries, so there we go, we have a folder just called 2018. I'm not very creative in my naming when I create my Lightroom catalogs because I'm, once again, not looking at the folders. I'm using Lightroom's interface and search tools to get to my images quickly. So usually I will create a new folder for a new catalog on Lightroom, give it a sensible name like the Udemy one, or Full Collection 2018, Full Collection 2017, whatever it might be. And then I never look at the folders again. So here we go. Now we've got all of these images in here from that class, and they're not all done filling in. This is another thing that I've noticed on Luminar 3, is when I give it a bunch of raw files, it really does take a while to load stuff up. and to actually give me the previews. So as you can see, I got a lot of black screen going on here, but we're not here to look at that right now. Luminar, Skylum, they are improving this. What we are here to look at is what happens if I change this catalog from 2018 to something totally different. It is going to completely train wreck my my Lightroom. So let's do it. Okay, rename 2018, breaking it. So there we go. I've just relabeled that to 2018, breaking it. And let's go open my actual file manager here. And let's go down to my Lightroom libraries. And let's go down to that drone photography one. And check it out. The folder that's in there is now labeled 2018, breaking it. Oh boy. So let's go ahead and open Lightroom really fast. And as I recall, I left Lightroom on that library specifically for this. So, sorry, I can't help it. It's going in my head. So we're just waiting for this to load right up. And we've got our all photographs catalog here. And, oh, what's going on? Look, I've got these little exclamation points. There's some unhappiness going on. And so what's going on here? I could not find that JPEG because the original file could not be found. Would you like to locate it? Okay, what's going on? So it was in the drone photography / Udemy drone photography / 2018. And sure enough, we have made some unhappiness in our library over here on Lightroom. Check it out. Looking under my folders, it's telling me my 2018 folder has a question mark on it, and 1,690 photos are very unhappy photos at the moment. So if you did this blindly in Luminar and you weren't thinking about the repercussions to your Lightroom library, and you start changing folder names, this could happen to you. Fortunately, we did this together, and I know the name of the folder, so I know what I should fix that folder to. So if you are testing out Luminar 3 and you're getting the new launch of Luminar 3 this week, and you want to grab some of the images or all of the images from your Lightroom catalogs where those images live, whatever folder they're in, that is absolutely fine, and it's going to work with Luminar 3, no problem. If you start messing around and renaming folders that were Lightroom folders, and you expect to find them in Lightroom after, you're going to be out of luck. So use caution here. And the reason why I talk about this, once upon a time, I did lose images way back when because I didn't understand the folder system. Bottom line with Lightroom is, you set your folders up for the first time where you're going to import stuff to. Once you've set your folders up, you never mess with them again. Stay away from them. You've got so many other search features and features to find your images in Lightroom. There's no need for folders. You've got so many different smart collections, so you can do HDR smart collections where there's HDR in it. Things that are only from my Mavic 2 Pro. Things that I've picked. Things that got turned into TIFFs from RAWs. So I can find stuff really super easy, and I don't need to mess with the naming conventions of the Lightroom folders. Once I've set up my catalog, I ignore folders. Now, since Luminar is here and they are doing folder management for the time being, you just have to be cautious with naming your folders. Or instead of just adding that folder, you could have imported from it and created an entirely new folder. So just be really, really careful. If you're pulling your Lightroom libraries over, if you're pulling your images over from Lightroom, make sure that you're not relabeling the folders that Lightroom knows about. Because Lightroom, if you make changes to the folder, Lightroom wants to be turned on and it wants to know all about it. So let me just go back up to the catalog here and let's see. Okay, so I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Yep, all of these things. There we go again. So by changing that folder name, I've basically broken my Lightroom. I'm going to go ahead and close Lightroom really fast. Skip this time. And we're going to go back over, rename, and we're just going to get rid of that 2018, breaking it, and we're just going to call that 2018 now. And let's take a look at our Finder window again. Here we go, Lightroom Libraries, Udemy, 2018. Okay, so we put that back. That's good. And let's go ahead and relaunch Lightroom now that we've fixed that folder name. And let's see that we don't have exclamation points here anymore. So there we are I did a photo shoot yesterday. And hey, look at that, all the exclamation points are gone. If I go look at folders now, look at that, all image galleries, 2018, 1690, no question marks, no exclamation points, I fixed it. So it's not a hard fix. The big thing is if you're forging ahead with Luminar 3 with libraries and you grab some of your folders from Lightroom and you change the names, not thinking about it because you're speeding right along and you want to get a bunch of images in and start playing with Luminar 3, I totally got you. I understand. But you could mess up your Lightroom catalog. So go ahead and take that extra moment to remember, don't screw with the catalog names if they're coming right from Lightroom. Now, my understanding is that Skylum is going to be bringing in a Lightroom importer so that we can pull over our keywords, so that we can pull over our EXIF data. When that happens, there'll probably be a more streamlined, better way to deal with the folder naming at that point in time. But in the meantime, just wanted to give you that cautionary tale so that if you're importing from Lightroom to Luminar, you don't misplace any of your folders or anything for the next time you want to go back and use Lightroom. All right, everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel. I really hope that this quick little tutorial or informational session is useful to you. It feels like a public service announcement, but I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that so that you don't freak out and think that you've lost your Lightroom stuff after you move some things over to Luminar. So keep that in mind and edit safe. Have fun with it. All right, we'll see you on the next video.